Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Two Idiots, One Console, where the premise is we're two idiots on one console. We're both here today. He's just over in the other room getting us some drinks, and Timberborn has been having a little bit of issues actually loading for some reason. This is why we're not already in the map. So, while we wait for it to load, we sit here and wait for him to get back with drinks as well. So.
Yeah, my cat doesn't trip me.
Yeah. Your cat is.
She's only just started doing that today. We're basically out of lemonade. Do you want me to get you something else? Like, as well?
This will be fine for now, and then if
Focus too.
if it comes down to it, we'll get something else later.
Yeah.
But, again, as you can see, Timberborn is taking a minute to load. Your cat is so loud. Hi. Hello. Hello. He's also supposed to be grabbing me a battery for the mouse, but I don't think he did that yet.
Oh, shit. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Here, you have her.
Yeah, like she'll stay.
Yeah, I know. Have fun. Good luck.
Hey, no spaz. Don't spaz. Hold on. Hold on, guys.
You said double A?
Yeah, it's double A. No spaz.
What fucking brand do you want? We got all of them.
Whichever one you can grab easiest. Sorry, guys, I have a cat in my hands that I'm trying to make sure doesn't maul me. She already got my arm as she was being handed to me. Alright, let me turn the mouse off, because we're replacing the battery.
Yeah, don't kick me like you don't want to be held. I know you do.
She's upset with you for handing her to a seated person. There we go. Alright. Mouse is ready to go. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the play button on this, and we're gonna get going.
I'm thrilled when I sit down.
What?
Gonna be even more thrilled when I sit
Oh,
down.
yeah, definitely. So, let's see. We are still at this. Still working on all this. Which does look like it's coming in handy. Like it looks like it's getting stuff done.
I have a music comment to show you because I'm not sure
Music?
if we're dumb or what.
Here. I can pull it up on my phone if it would be easier.
Yeah, okay. Let's look at something interesting while we're doing the phone stuff.
Yeah. Would be a good idea. Alright, you said music commented.
And I don't remember what all we have going on.
Yeah, no, he's saying exactly what our initial plan was. But I think he probably commented that before, like, in the video before we got to the point of, like, putting this under.
Yeah, because I was... Like, the way the comment reads, it almost interprets, like, he's wondering why we didn't just leave the platforms alone and not rebuild them, and I'm like, I would have not rebuilt them if we could have somehow gotten rid of the rest of everything without doing that.
Yeah, which I do have another idea, actually, for this area over here.
What's your idea?
So, instead of having all of these get put in, right, could take them out and just build them one higher, similar to how music says, right, and only tunnel where we need to put these, where we need to put this stuff.
Yeah.
That might work better for resources.
I suppose.
Do you want to try that?
Yeah, if you want to.
Sorry, I'm making sure I didn't lose anything that I didn't want to lose.
You should only be deleting stuff on the same level as the thing that you were initially deleting. Unless, of course, it's, like, holding a structure up, in which case, yeah, you're gonna lose the structure.
Yeah, it looked like it went up a layer, and I was like, Let me just pop up a level.
It's interesting that it looks like stone on the inside, but then it looks like dirt on the outside, no matter what layer you broke.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it looks like stone at the bottom, but, like, it looks like dirt if you see it, like, higher up. Or at least I remember it looking like dirt, unless I'm stupid.
Actually don't need these 2 rows, I don't think. Yeah, don't need those first 2 rows. Just need these 2. Yeah, okay. Okay.
What?
I don't know. Something about gaslighting somebody, I guess.
What?
I mean, if Bean's referring to what I think Bean is referring to, then part of that plan has already failed.
Uh-oh. That may have failed you.
I love the just, uh-oh. I love being gas. What the fuck, Bean? This was all just gonna be storage anyway, right? Yeah. Right.
There's something, like, viscerally terrifying to people talking about, like, gaslighting and shit, though. Because of, like, how I was raised.
Yeah.
It feels like a full frontal assault, man.
Fair. And also not good.
Yeah. Basically, I'm massively anxious now because I feel like Bean is saying that we're gaslighting him, and I don't know why.
So I can tell you Bean was making a joke. Because Bean said I love being gaslit, that means Bean is making a joke. Right? Because I know Bean well enough to know that about Bean. Sorry. My arm is actually, like, stinging.
That's weird. From the cat?
Yeah. You gotta remember, I am allergic.
Yeah, you're not gonna, like, swell up and die, though.
Yeah, it fucking hurts. I love it. I upped their priority a little bit, and they're already fucking...
Why are you not... That's stupid. Okay, whatever.
Hey, do you mean these three?
Yeah, why are those... They're an overhang, huh?
Yeah, that's just an overhang. Twitch is often a tug and pull of who's gaslighting who, the streamer or chat. And yeah, that is actually pretty accurate. But like, real quick, look. So here's our line right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if we go up a layer, these three are right, like this one's right above that line. So it's just an overhang.
Okay. They seem to have somewhat solved our plank production problem.
I'm about to have us get supplied with some more planks, even, actually, because we have...
What?
There were a bunch of platforms that ended up underneath all of these.
Okay.
Which, entirely my fault for having put them in. You know?
Yeah. Oh, drought.
Yeah, we knew that was coming.
I love how little we give a fuck about droughts anymore.
Right. Bean. Do you need an alarm today? And if so, please let it not be me screaming. Okay. 3, 2, 1, boom.
I mean, you could have given them a little more warning than that.
Ah, but where's the fun in that? I'm meant to be gaslighting him, aren't I? Yeah, they're already making significant progress on that. Because I upped the priority to just high. And I've got the picking up of the trash set to very high. Good. Still have the windmills set to very high, but they're waiting on gears. Literally, that's all they're waiting on is gears.
Yeah, which as soon as we've got the whole production area here settled, we'll be able to have a lot more gears.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Sorry, I'm focused.
yeah, what are you so focused on? You don't think you're just, like, redoing the problem that we had a minute ago with that, or?
No, I know I'm not, because I'm on the level where it was stuck on those. So, like, down one level is where we couldn't see. Up one level, we know that they're not, like, it's above that, but it's not, like, touching that, see?
You sure it's not? Okay.
I'm making sure not to put it in an area where it's gonna touch the where it's gonna touch.
Okay. Oh my god, they're so loud today, what the fuck?
Yeah, and also mine just sounded like he was saying mama. And no, there's nobody by that name here. What is your problem? I have actually done that with the Lego store thing and also at the houses thing. Salem. Fuck. My dude. Stop.
So clearly I'm not the most verbal right now, so I might need you to
No, yeah, sorry, I am... Okay. So I'm putting in paths at the moment so that we can get this kind of going well. Because the more paths that they have access to you know, go this way with, up into this area, the better. Because that means it allows them to actually do shit. And doing shit is what we need them to do. So... yeah. Hence, me pathing to fucking back already. So, I'm also trying to make the paths as neat as I can, because otherwise they look terrible, and I don't want them to look terrible. Because if we have it gridded out, it'll work a lot better for whenever we do need to put tunnels underneath to do the things in the places that we need to do them and whatnot. I have no idea if that made any sort of sense. I can only hope it did. Alright, let's leave that alone for a little bit because they're working on that. I am going to go ahead and up the priority of one of these gear workshops. Just so they get one of them done real quick. Because that way...
What are we waiting on gears for again?
The windmills.
Well, they've damn near finished them.
Yeah, they're pulling the gears from across the map, but I figure if we have one of the gear workshops going, it'll help. Because I figured that we were going to end up expanding these windmills further this way. Or was that not the plan?
No, that is the plan, I suppose.
Yeah. So, I mean, if we're expanding them further that way, we might as well get them ready to go, right? Although that means this is going to need to not be there, which it's empty anyway, so that works.
I just thought of something.
Okay.
If we're only tunneling where we need to put things, that makes building things underneath a lot more complicated.
What do you mean building things underneath?
So we're gonna have to build things underneath for, like, the power grid and shit, you know?
Yes. So what I was thinking, right, because
I guess
now
they
that...
could probably build it from above, huh?
Yeah, they should be able to, because, like, if I do this, and I were to get rid of all these paths, let's say, right, and put in a power shaft right here, I'm pretty sure they could still build it.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
We can test it real quick if you want. I'll just get rid of a path here. And... no, not the beaver, but the path. Thank you. Path is still connected over here. Alright, so now all of this underground path no longer connected. Just for a test run. Yeah, they can still reach it.
Yeah, I kind of, once I thought about it, I did know that.
It still wasn't a bad idea to test it, just to make sure. It did sound like you were going to say something else as well.
Yeah, I was going to talk about we should probably start mapping out ahead of time for where we're going to put the powers lines and everything for the windmills over there. And everything.
That's not a bad idea. Real quick, I am going to move this storage right here to right here. Just so that it is not in the way, because it will be in the way right here.
Whatever that was, you emptied it first, right?
It was empty, yeah.
Okay.
And then we need... not dynamite. Power shaft. Which we'll go ahead and just mark out straight along this line with these. Down the line. And let's see. So that'll be... won't let me put them in ahead of time. Damn. But that'll be windmill.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose the game has no way of knowing we're about to collapse that whole area.
No. Yeah. Which I was hoping, but you know. I figured it was worth a shot.
Yeah.
Okay. I have the area that is going to be the windmills all marked out for more tunnels to be put in. You know what? I had an idea. I'm going to put one more biofuel right here. Because it's an open spot, it's perfect for it. Might as well. Right? Like, that is not a bad spot for it. And then I guess the next question becomes where are we going to end up putting our new grav batteries?
Yeah, that's gonna be the next fun question for sure.
Which, my idea right now, right, is we blow out just this section right here, so where my mouse is, right?
Yeah.
Blow it. Like, you see where the line is, the line of squares on the screen?
Yes.
Going to the right and down?
Yes.
We blow off that corner of the map with just level it down all the way to bedrock. Basically.
Okay, yeah, and then we set the grab batteries up in that corner.
Yeah, and we set a bunch of grab batteries in that area, and then we should, have zero problem.
Yeah, that works.
Nope, drought's over. Not that we were ever really worried about it. I mean, look, we still had plenty fucking water.
Yeah, reservoir was a really good idea.
Yeah. Like, I'd make a joke about, let's expand it this way, but do we need to?
No, I don't think so.
Like, we really don't fucking need to.
We're going to expand something that way, which we are going to need to sort our wood situation again pretty soon here, it's looking like.
We are currently down to 2K, but I figure, are we intending on leaving all of this area going? Or are we intending on removing all of this?
Not all of it.
Well, not all of it, but, like, are we removing stuff from this area?
We might be. It depends on how many, like, gear workshops and shit we can get going down there and what exactly we decide we want to produce down there. Because, like, we could just move all of our food production down there, or we could just move all of our, like, planks and gears production down there and then have the storage be across the map for it.
Considering we already have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 lumber mills put in over here, and 3 more very soon to come because they all have the logs in there. They just haven't been hit with the hammer yet.
Mm-hmm.
I figure we could get rid of the lumber mills that are up here, because the lumber mills that are up here are not necessary anymore.
Okay, sure.
And even in doing so, everything is still connected.
Yeah, we made sure to make sure things were connected after a while there.
Yeah, we really did. Which I'm going to go ahead and get rid of. No, I am not. That is going to be, never mind. But I am going to go ahead and tell them to high prioritize the fuck out of grabbing the rubble from it, because that's useful, and I am going to have them get rid of these, because these aren't necessary there anymore. As for this corner that we have here now, right, we could... Sorry, I just noticed something and I'm like, oh, okay. So we can get rid of these if we wanted to, or we can reconnect, and I think I want to reconnect that just to be safe. So we'll go ahead and... But like, if we move all of like, the more we move down there, the less we have up here taking away wood, which means the less wood production issues we will have.
Yeah, and stuff doesn't have to travel as far.
Yeah. Every time I delete a lumber mill, I'm a new lumber mill I find, I'm double checking to make sure that it's still that everything's still connected.
No, that's a good move. You should be.
All right. But we now have this entire area here to work with for, like, putting in storage for stuff.
Yeah, which I actually don't think is a bad idea. So, I guess, what do we need the production of to sort of become more efficient?
Right now, gears, which takes planks, could use some more efficiency.
Yeah, but we're revamping that in the other corner of the map, so...
Well, yeah, but, like, I'm saying, like, that's the only thing I can think of at the moment. I mean, especially considering, like, gears and planks are what's needed for our bots and metal blocks, but the smelters are keeping up fucking easy. Like, he's done, like, he's not doing anything because he's full up, because he's, like, our metal blocks are full, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's, our gears are what we need more efficiency with.
Yeah, but also, like, we're moving our gears down to the other corner of the map, so there's no reason to improve the efficiency of them up here.
Maybe we put in a large gear storage up here? Or are we going to move our bot production all down over here? Which, I'm not opposed to moving the bot production down here.
No, I think I want to keep the bot production over there.
Yeah?
Yeah, no, so having gear storage up there...
Connected to the power?
Layer tool.
Because they haven't built it yet. Build it.
Yeah, what?
And these. And those.
There it goes.
Yeah. There we go. Now we're good. And now we're not because of the fucking wind stopping. But like, that's the wind stopping. That's not because some idiot didn't fucking connect it. You know.
Yeah.
I figure I'll keep it in the same kind of grid layout that we had.
Yeah.
Because we're, like, as we build things, the grid's being edited, sure, but, like, for now, not a bad idea to have it continued to be planned out, you know? And then, so we got that all going. This is planned, but not, they've not taken action on it yet, which, perfect. Don't need you to yet. Same with all of this that's planned over here. Which is cool that they've gotten some of it done.
You're right. They did it while we weren't looking.
Yeah. You know what? I want to see what happens. Not a lot.
Mm.
But I figure that frees up some planks for us.
Indeed.
Indubitably. Also, if you noticed what what music was saying, this green, because it's from up here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Goes all the way down.
Well, yeah, we saw that on the map that I was playing yesterday.
Oh. I wasn't around for most of that stream, you gotta remember.
We found a secret underwater city.
A secret underwater city?
But it was also under the land, and the only reason we knew it was there was because there was a green patch during the drought.
Alrighty then. I think I want to take this area and turn it into just food production.
This upper area?
Yeah.
No. That's a bad idea.
Okay, well...
Sorry, I normally don't just say it's a bad idea, but, like, you do realize that our entire bot infrastructure relies on how much power we have up here. Right?
Soon, that will be over here, is what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to just do it now. I'm saying, like, whenever we've got this going for bot production is when we would do it, is what I was thinking.
Go count out how many windmills you can have down here.
Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this one's 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26.
Go count out how many we have up there.
More than that? Like, not even counting?
We have an insane amount of power up here in order to keep the bots producing.
Okay,
It would be better to move things like food production down there.
Then why the fuck are we building lumber mills down there? And gears?
Because we needed a spot to offload them because they were taking up too much strain on this system up here. And also, they're much closer to the other thing, like the stuff that... the wood itself. They're much closer to the wood itself down there. So they're in a more convenient location. It won't be the end of the world to have to transport gears up here but it was slowing things down to have lumber moved up here. And also, I wasn't trying to move everything down there. I was just trying to create more infrastructure down there. Initially, it wasn't supposed to be we were going to make either anything specifically. We were just going to put stuff down there, more stuff that we needed. Because the strain up here was too much for the system.
Okay. Somewhere something got lost in translation. I'm gonna go ahead and just fill this area right here with more windmills then. Less strain, even less strain on the system.
I don't think we need them. I want to check on the batteries would be a good way of telling.
They do end up losing power.
Yeah, but not
enough
much.
That, I mean, we have seen it a couple of times where they lost power enough that this one hit all the way down.
Yeah, but now I don't know where. We've gotten rid of a little bit of strain on the system. We're increasing the amount of time that we will have before that happens. Like, I don't think we should use the resources when they could go somewhere else.
Okay. Then a big gear storage here, like I said a few minutes ago. I never got an answer on.
Yeah, you started talking about other stuff. The answer was going to be, yeah, that's a good idea.
We could do several, which may not be a bad idea.
Yeah.
And set them to obtain.
Yep. I don't think we're ever going to succeed in having this many gears, but
you never know.
Fun to try.
You never know. We might. Okay, so I see all of the bombs are done. What are you doing? You were carrying biofuel to this. I don't think we need the biofuel up here anymore.
No, you can set them both to empty. Or all three, probably.
This one's already empty. I'm just gonna get rid of it.
Works for me.
Alright, Bean. 3, 2, 1. Empty. Empty. That one's empty. That one's empty.
Fucking bean.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and... because we don't need this anymore.
There was no explosion, Bean. We don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, Bean.
Must have been somewhere else.
Yeah.
Are you sure it wasn't a disturbance in the force?
Because if it was a disturbance in the forest, I did feel that.
Yeah, like a whole lot of people screaming somewhere.
All at once.
And then they just went quiet. Clearly a reference. Quoted correctly, not so much.
It was close, at the very least.
Yeah, I wasn't trying. Very hard.
At minimum, we were close. I didn't expect him to go that way.
Yeah, that okay.
See, that's what I expected. Let me finger drum. Go pick it up.
You see what I mean? There needs to be like a button on the keyboard that does the how high or low you want the.
There does.
What the hell is that called? How high or low you want the priority?
Yes.
Priority. Jeez, my brain.
I was just waiting to let you get there.
I was about to say, wait, make sure you actually grabbed it all.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I just noticed something hilarious. Hold on. With the invention of stairs, beavers ascended to the next level. Fucking amazing. 10 out of 10, you guys. To the developers of this game, you are amazing, and I appreciate everything you've done so very much. Please keep doing it.
Especially the zip lines.
Yes. Oh my god, the zip lines.
Not there.
Yep, they've reached the edges. Sick.
Which means we could start deleting whenever we wanted.
Not yet. Gotta get it. I want to get it all at once if we can for this group.
Okay.
Because, like, we haven't done that yet, and I want to see it.
Fair enough.
I will play Bad Guy Beat. Do not. I don't know if you want me to do that on stream.
Boy, not
Yeah,
bad guy.
you're right. You're right. You're right. I failed.
I just don't know if it's copyrighted.
I don't think so. It was made for a fucking YouTube series.
Yeah, but now it's on Spotify.
Yeah, but putting it on Spotify does not necessarily mean it's copyrighted.
No, and I know. I just, like, if it was gonna be, it would probably have started upon its, like, going on to Spotify time.
All I'm saying...
Ooh, English.
All I'm saying is, look at what happened with RX.
Oh.
Yeah. Do you think they were getting any royalties off of their music?
No. They also sucked.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really kind of hope we blow up on YouTube one day just so she knows what we think of her.
Right?
I was being real nice.
Yeah, like, how do you get stuck on Mustard Rock?
Oh my god. Which, anybody who does not understand that joke, it... Basically, she had no understanding of how, like, the Greek pantheon worked, and we thought it was interesting, so we were like, yeah, we could explain it to you. Assuming that she was of, like, an average level of intelligence that could understand when we tell her the story about Kronos eating all of his children, and she just could not seem to comprehend
Mustard Rock.
that Zeus's mother had given Kronos, rather than Zeus, essentially a rock covered in mustard to eat, and then, like, oh my god, and it was just...
Yeah.
Like, if you know that story, it's not a difficult
hey.
story. Kronos is a titan. Kronos is married to another titan. Had a prophecy at one point that one of his kids was going to kill him. So, decided to eat all of his children until finally his wife was like, yeah, you know what, I kind of do want a baby, though, is the whole point of this. You know? So,
and as such...
she hides Zeus, feeds him a rock covered in probably fucking mustard or something, because I don't think he would have noticed if he'd, like... Well, the joke is covered in mustard because appetizing, but, like...
So it's partly
like,
a joke with the mustard thing, but
she fed him a rock, probably dressed in baby clothes, you know?
Yeah, it was dressed up and covered in mustard, and the
like made to look like a baby and
yeah.
hopefully taste approximately like a baby tastes, I guess. But he was also swallowing them whole.
So it's not like he would have noticed it by way of chewing.
Yeah, which
because,
I don't
again,
think...
swallowing it whole.
Which I don't think she knew that, because, I mean, I wouldn't stick around to watch my husband eat my babies.
I think she did know that, because otherwise why would Mustard Rock have worked?
I don't know, he's a titan. Whatever. Anyway, you know, the whole, like, feeding him a rock thing, and then Zeus grows up and kills his dad, because that's, you know, one often meets their fate on the road to avoid it.
Yeah.
That's the whole, like, moral of 90% of Greek tragedies.
Yeah, no kidding. Also, I have to say this real quick. I just have to say this. Huh, babe, that baby was crunchier than usual. Like, are you kidding me?
But yeah, no, like,
oh, a bad side. Oh, no.
Could not, at all, to save the life of her, understand that concept. And I'm like, that's not even the difficult part.
Right? Right? Like, that's not even the hard part.
Yeah, like, she was like, oh, well, can we talk about the rest of this later? Because I'm not understanding fully, and I don't want to, like, overload my brain. And I'm like, we just talked about Greek gods for 10-15 minutes. Like, what?
It wasn't even 15 minutes.
Like, I would understand if we'd been lecturing for, like, 3 hours about the entire Greek pantheon and everything about it, but we hadn't been. It was literally a 10-minute explanation of mustard rock because one of us made a joke.
Yeah.
About mustard rock.
Like, we had gotten to Mustard Rock, and that was it. That was fucking it. And that was without even delving into Gaia and Uranus and all of that.
So we didn't explain how any of this was here yet. We were just like, yeah, no, Mustard Rock.
Like, we didn't even get to how the Titans came into being yet.
Yeah.
We didn't even get into the prequel material, okay?
She was cute, though.
She was. Until I found out how dumb she was. Like, I'm kind of shocked that she didn't realize how much, like, my attraction for her just fell off after that conversation. It was
no, she did. We talked about it. She just couldn't figure out why the attraction had fallen off.
Well.
And I wasn't gonna tell her she was stupid.
As dumb as a fucking rock. Dumber than Kronos and falling for the mustard rock.
She had the IQ of the mustard rock. Which I'm like, I'm aware I'm being mean, but like, Jesus Christ,
we're being mean on the internet, but holy fuck, it was
like,
bad.
A, she wound up being an asshole, and B,
yeah.
You cannot understand how fucking, like, oh my god.
Yeah,
it was she is the best advertisement against homeschooling I have ever encountered.
Yeah, it was bad. I still can't believe her parents fucking homeschooled her.
I can.
No, like, I can't believe her parents made that decision. Because, like, genuinely...
Well, they made it at such a young age, I don't think they had any idea that she wouldn't be intelligent if they did that. But the problem, like, because the problem is, like, it is definitely, like, having met her mother specifically, because her mother is also kind of crazy, definitely not a nice person, you know? I'm like, I see where all of that came from now, you know?
All I have to say on that is kind of.
What do you mean?
Kind of crazy.
Yeah, okay. But, yeah, no, it's like, it's
more than just kind of.
nature won out. And unfortunately was backed up by nurture.
Yeah. I feel bad for her little brother.
Yeah.
Her older brother got out, though.
Yeah. He's alright. Seems to be, anyway.
I still can't even. I fucking... Are you kidding me, though? Mustard Rock. I don't understand. You know?
Yeah. Neither did I.
Sorry, that was a yawn.
You don't say.
Yep. Ah.
Okay, so you remember what we were gonna do in this area, right?
Storage.
Yes. Which I'm thinking... we might want to be careful with how exactly we set up the paths because of that, because it's going to be obnoxious to have to delete them and redo the whole thing, but...
Large warehouse fits in a 3x3 square. This is a 3x3 square.
Yeah, but wouldn't we want to put them back against the wall to make the most of the space and, like, directly against each other? And also, I wasn't going to just do warehouses. We wanted to do, like, storage piles and shit down here, too.
I will say the storage piles are also 3x3 squares, but yeah. I get what you're saying. I am still, like, we do still need to get paths further back into it. Of course, because, like, otherwise they can't get to it all.
Yeah, which that's fine. It's just, I think they can reach all the way to the sides. Check on... Yeah, can't get all required materials, so they can reach that far.
They're just
no biggie.
Dumb. Also, they're putting stuff in this because they're fucking running out of... They're running out of other things to do. Oh, they're so close.
Do we have any other projects we could be working on in the interim?
That one, and...
Do you want to start placing down the dynamite for the corner where we're going to put the batteries?
Yeah, we can do that.
So I assume we want to get this, like, as far down as we possibly can.
Yeah, basically. So I'm just gonna do... Oh! Okay.
Yeah, which we could, realistically, I think we could just put them all in a line right here.
Just one line? No. I'm planning on having several lines for plenty of backup. That's why I was saying the whole corner.
Well, I'm thinking one line would be good enough, so long as we put them up high enough.
Maybe, but would you... do you want to risk that, or do you want to ensure success? That's what I'm thinking.
We could always build more later. It's not like once we build it, it's done and we can't touch it.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, I wanna make sure that we build for success, is all.
Yeah, and what I'm saying is I don't see how it wouldn't be building for success, you know?
I just had a brilliant idea, I think. Okay, I want to excavate the whole area, still.
Okay, do we want to use the same technique that we just used for the rest of the area?
That's exactly what I was thinking just now, yeah.
Okay.
Which does mean we need to... We'll need to build stairs up to it.
Why don't we demolish this area first? Yeah. Why don't we demolish this area first?
Yeah. We'll finish demolishing this
and then let's go ahead and set up so that somebody can get up there to get rid of all of the, like...
Trees.
Yeah, trees. Yeah, no, and then I figure we could also use the layer tool, go down to the layer that we want to blow up and do that as well.
You mean the... going down here and putting down the tunnels?
Yeah.
That's what I was saying, yeah. We just gotta wait till these are further down.
Well, we could count how many blocks back.
Do you really want to count?
I don't think it'd be that hard.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So 8 out from the corner.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And then I was thinking we raise it back up, you know? And then we go count from the other corner 8 out, and we just keep track of where that is, you know?
Where this corner is?
Yeah.
In fact, even though we won't be able to see where it is?
Okay. Or we just count the other way. Like, we've literally got dynamite marking out the whole area, so... I'd just...
No, look.
Okay.
8 by 10 means that it'll only go the 8. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See?
Okay.
And here, I know that I'm in line with this. So that actually... So we shouldn't even need
actually, we
these,
need one...
Actually.
No,
we'll keep them for the overhang.
Please listen to me. We still, yeah, for the overhang, we still need them, but we should go down a level and get rid of the outer row of the tunnels that we just put in, because those are going to dig all the way down to them anyway. So there's no reason to have the tunnels underneath. Just take it down by the layer, and I will show you what I mean when we get there. So, like, all the way to the left, we don't need that row, or column, because that's underneath the explosives. Yes, and then same with the top.
I want to make sure that that is underneath before...
I counted, but yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, and then we've got that sorted. So here's my other question with it. So, part of the reason I was trying to do them in rows in the way that I was so that we had to use less platforms and shit to get them all the way up to as high as we possibly could. Are you sure that you want to just blow out a chunk of the map?
What? Hold on. What do you mean?
So, the gravity batteries have to sit on something.
Yes.
We want them. So, if we're doing more than one row of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't we just be wasting dirt? Like, cause we're blowing out.
I see what
this,
you're saying.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Which I'm still all for blowing out like the.
Where the batteries are gonna hang.
I'm still all for blowing out the outer square that we have blown out so that it'll be easier for us to do stripes down the middle, but I do think that we should be doing stripes down the middle.
Yes. I'm agreeing with you.
Okay. So we go change that now?
Yeah. Which...
So I think we leave the, so it's gonna blow all the way down. So thinking about it, it's gonna blow all the way down to ground level just outside of here, right? So we should leave...
Right here and right here. Now, before you go on 1 second, I was trying to say something before you started to go on that.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at it from here, right, I was thinking the first layer of grav batteries we have facing in, so we can have them built right up against the edge, right? So that gets rid of this first row, and then we work from there.
Sure. I was about to just go exactly the opposite direction, but, you know, if you want to do it your way, that's fine. Without listening to anything that I was going to say. Just go.
What were you going to say?
Well, I wanted to work from the top down, because if you look at it, now we're deleting every other row, and we're deleting a row that should stay.
No. 2 here. Because, so what I'm thinking is these 2 rows we keep going all the way down. Grav bats here facing this way. Grav bats here facing this way.
Sure,
so that,
alright. Okay.
I know you don't want to listen to anything I'm saying. Grav bats here facing this way. And then on the flip side from these grav bats is more grav bats here facing this way. And then grav bats...
The edges are going to keep it from collapsing anyway.
Well, grav bats here, it's not going to... My idea wasn't going to work. My idea's not going to work.
The edges... Listen to me. The edges are going to keep it from collapsing anyway. The fact that we're trying to remove rows of explosives are going to keep it from collapsing anyway. So either we want to tunnel all the way down from the top, or we do want to just blow out this chunk. I don't know what you would prefer.
I think tunneling down might be the best because we're... if we don't blow out the whole chunk.
Alright, let's get rid of the bombs on top. Except for that the top. Don't get rid of that top row.
Okay, why do you want to keep that row? I'm genuinely, I'm trying to understand so I know what we're doing here.
Well, I was just gonna use that to create a hole to put the batteries in, and it's already there, so why delete it?
So putting the batteries on which side? This side or this side? Is
that
what
side.
I'm trying. This side?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what I was trying to ask. So, just to figure out 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay, cool. I actually managed to measure out perfect without actually measuring. Good shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, now.
Okay, build height. If you can build a 2, cool. We should only build a 1.
I want to see if... So instead of building a 1, what we should do is an overhang.
Yeah, which also works.
So that way we can just have the 1 tower.
Yeah.
And then...
Wait.
Grab that's too high.
Oh, fuck.
So this 3 needs to drop down at least 1.
Hopefully just 1.
Nope.
Still?
One. Nope. Let's figure out the height, and then you had... Okay, so we can go right to where we're at right here.
I think you might have dropped it down further than it needed to be.
What do you mean?
I think you might have deleted more than you needed to delete.
So you think it could be one more?
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure we had a 3 and then a 1, didn't we?
No.
Okay, sure. Okay, so we can put it there. Do not put the gravity battery on it.
You don't want to do that yet?
Not yet, because it'll be easiest for them to build this all the way across.
Well, so what I'm thinking right now, right, is let's figure out how high that is. It's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 19.
20. Yeah.
Right, and then that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get to here. So 14 from here, right? We already know that 1's going to go here. 1's going to go here. Because what I'm thinking is I want to build it from from this way, that way. If that makes sense. Because if we build it here, right, we know that there's going to be the 3s there to the left of this, right? So this is 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, and then 14. Because then if we have them get up to the top, right? Because I think I see where you're going with this, and having path along the top to get them over, and then clear path this way. Then...
Why did you say hold on as though you were going to argue with me when you just wanted to do exactly what I wanted to do?
It's not so much that I wanted... So I wanted to make it clear what I was intending to do, which was build it from this side, not this side anyway. So now that we have this at the right level, I want to take this and get rid of it. Because now we know the level. Which we should have started the level over here in the first place, but...
Yeah, it's just I was about to tell you exactly what you were just saying, but you said, wait, hold on, as though you wanted to tell me that you didn't want to do whatever I wanted to do.
I'm sorry, that's not...
And then proceeded to just say exactly what I was going to say. As though it was your idea.
I'm sorry.
You should probably not path every single time because it's remarkably inefficient, and I think it's going to drive the rest of the audience as crazy as it's going to drive me.
Okay.
So just put things to the height, you know?
Which, it won't be another 3 on top of that, so... It won't be another 3 on top of that, but this one I think will get another 3, if I'm not mistaken.
It would help if you change the angle a little, you know?
That looks right.
No.
Yeah, that's right. And then you get 1 there, a 1 there, 2, 2, 2, and then...
Yeah, and then you you go ahead and place the gravity battery on the last one just to make sure that it's gonna work. Yep. Cool beans. Now we gotta figure out how to wire it. So what I'm thinking would probably be easiest is if we took it down the rows, all the way to the left, we could build power stuff going that way.
I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Okay, so
I have an idea that may be similar. I want to hear your idea first.
Yeah, which is why I was trying to just talk. So if we just build platforms up to, well, let me think about this. Okay, so we want to do, I think at the, like to the left of where this stuff is, we want to put like vertical power shaft to connect it to everything, and then another one right under it on top of another tower of platforms, right? And then what we want to do is we want to put the platforms coming this way, but over like a normal power shaft, and then we want to build the rest of these at the same general height, which seems like what we're going to do anyway, but that way, like, we want to make sure that we can put power shafts underneath all of, or, well, they don't need to go underneath all of them, but we just need the power shaft to be able to run along the edge here, you know?
So, may I tell you what my idea was? So we need the power to go down.
Yes.
To get to this level here. This is the edge of where we're going, right?
Yes.
Which I'm thinking, I apparently just put a path down under that. But what I'm thinking, right, is we have more gravbats towered up here. We could have more gravbats towered up here, right? With one final tower here that has them connected so that, like, they get connected at corners and whatnot.
I don't think this would fit together as nicely as you're thinking it would, but yeah, we could do something similar.
So what, to clarify, because I think I'm not being clear enough, right, is, so we have one more gravbat that's going to be basically right here, except two forward, right? We would not have a gravbat here, but we'd have one effectively right here, right?
Yeah, okay.
And then on the opposite side from that, we would have, from these ones, we have more gravbats instead of right here, here, right? Because we're going to have a two wide hole, right? So at the end of each of those holes is a gravbat that's also hanging down into the hole. So it's just one, we make the hole one more further.
I think that's going to make it harder to connect than you think it would.
Well,
can I just
hear me out for a second?
I've been.
I
don't know what more you want from me.
Not the sarcasm would be nice.
It's not even sarcasm, genuinely. I've been hearing you out. I don't know how to hear you out any more than I'm hearing you out already.
So we have one that's effectively here, right? And if we have a vertical power shaft next to it, it's connected.
Yes.
And it'll connect to this one at the same time, because this one's going to be right here. So it's just a tower of vertical power shafts to get the power down. And then in between the one that's here and the one that's going to be right here in this spot, all we would need is a regular vertical shaft, or a regular power shaft, to go this way, down the line, and then they all get connected to the one tower.
Yeah, so the point of what I'm trying to do is make it so that we have to build as little extra stuff as possible, which if I could just... What I've been trying to do is take over so I could show you essentially what you're talking about, like, actually laid out, because it's not gonna work as well as you think it is. Because you've got, like... That was too close. So your idea is basically, like... Which that will just simulate.
Our rows.
Yeah. And then you want to have... Not twice. You want to have, like, right here every time. One of these,
No.
right?
No. Close, but no. So this one was not one that I wanted to place, but this one would be. So we would have power shafts here, right? Power shaft here, vertical power shaft, tower of vertical power shafts here,
Mm-hmm.
regular power shafts. Honestly, we would only need one regular power shaft to connect there.
Yeah, so now we have to build up a whole other thing with platforms, which, like, yeah, I mean, okay, if this is... Sure. Okay.
Do you not... I see what you're saying with needing a whole extra thing with...
Which it's fine. I guess the way that I was going to do it, we're going to have them anyway. Well...
Can you explain, like, show me what you mean? How much of this do you want me to delete?
Just delete that row, yeah.
Show me what you mean.
I was kind of thinking if we just... Then we don't have to use the extra power shafts.
That's a good idea. I like that. May I suggest one edit? Instead of having them up in the corner like that, right?
Well, yeah, shift them so that we can have the vertical power shaft there, that's fine.
Yeah, we shifted the one so we have the tower of the vertical power shaft.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright. Do we want to start planning out for that now, or...
We kind of have to blow everything up first, don't we?
This is basically done. We just need to remove the stuff from underneath it.
Well, yeah, but, like, we have to blow everything to the right up first, right?
Yes and no. We could start setting up for it.
Okay, what I'm saying is there's, like, hella trees and shit in the way right now, I think, so we can't really set up for it with, like, platforms, you know?
Okay, yeah, okay. I get what you're saying now. Alright. I have it paused so that way we can just get all of these.
I would be careful dragging it too far into the valley. I don't think the pausing seems to have made
Yeah,
a
it hasn't
difference
done.
over whether or not it's...
Yeah, it
It would have
hasn't
been nice
quite
to be
done.
able to watch the whole thing.
It would have been nice to be able to watch it all just happen all at once.
Not resources.
Yep, you are correct. I was wondering why it wasn't highlighting anything.
Well, at least they're immediately going in there to get all of the...
Means they don't have fucking anything else to do. And voila!
Zoom out, let's see, yeah.
Ta-da!
Oh, that only took, like, forever.
Yeah. Most of several episodes. Like, we're an hour and a half into this one already. They have not made as much progress on this as I figured they would have.
Yeah, which I'm realizing we're gonna have to make that thicker. Like, sorry, not thicker, taller in there as well to be able to fit, like, the warehouses and shit, because I think the warehouses are too high.
Let's go take a look real quick. Yep, too high.
Yeah, too high. So we need to make that whole area too high. Which guess let's see how we've got it set up right now. So we've got it...
And then we just go up one.
We've got it, yeah, so...
Alright, so hold on.
I'm gonna just put my finger here.
Yeah, just put your finger on one of the
Finger
corners.
is there.
And then I will take care of the rest. Because I'm... Oh, god damn it.
It's literally that.
Is this?
Yeah, I'm almost positive. And then I don't know how wide it goes, but I know it goes all the way down to within one of the reservoir.
Yeah. Which it should be... I know that these will be correct.
Yeah, and then we gotta figure out...
Just
So
go
it's...
with that corner. Yeah.
One up, but yeah. There we go. So I guess we find out if they can build these from the layer underneath. Hopefully they can.
Here's hoping.
And I'm hoping as long as it's touching both sides, nothing will collapse.
We'll find out. Honestly, I figure what we'll do is we'll only get rid of platforms where we intend on putting the storage and when we're gonna put the storage in.
Yeah, which I figure that should hold it up, right?
Yeah. That's why I'm figuring, just the one area, like the one section at a time thing.
Yeah, alright.
Alright, now let's go ahead and start figuring out how we're getting up here.
Why don't we just put in a big long staircase that ends at the block at the bottom of that staircase?
You mean this block?
Yeah.
The one issue with that is directly in line with where we're about to be putting in a bunch of these.
Yeah, okay, sure.
So, and just to help us with that visual, I figure it might be a good idea to actually plan these out. We're gonna need them anyway.
Yeah. Path. Ah! Why is it so fucking... Hit boxes!
Swear to God. Ridiculous!
You gotta make sure that they don't build the windmills on top of the tunnel, though, because we're gonna have to delete to put the fucking vertical power shafts under them.
Yep. Which means I might as well not build these at all yet, actually.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because if I build them, even if I have them set up to be there and paused, they're gonna end up not what we want.
Which you could just higher prioritize, like every 2 spaces where we're gonna put one.
Yeah, we'll just do that.
And then we can start that ahead of time.
Alright.
Are you sure that's in line?
Yeah. One in, one in.
Okay, yeah. Just doesn't look like it from the side for some reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we could take them up literally anywhere. Yeah.
Just I figure right to there.
Yeah, that works.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, that lined up beautifully.
Perfect.
Beautiful.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Then highest prioritize that damn lumber thing at the top. I might as well just get it fucking done.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to elbow you there. Oh, you just realized the Steam Summer Sale is going on? I've known for like a week already. Come on, what are you doing?
Why does it say,
Uh-oh.
That's maybe not good. Oh.
Okay.
And we're back. Okay. Yeah, I think we
Yeah,
cut out.
we're all good. We're all good. I don't know what happened. We're all good.
Well, we got 0 viewers, so I think we cut out.
Let me message B and be like, yo, we're all good. Get over here.
Well.
Oh, yeah, no, he's still here. Twitch couldn't handle the news of the Steam Summer Sale, he says.
Apparently the fuck not, man.
Yeah, fucking Twitch crashed out, bro.
Twitch got way too excited.
Yeah. Twitch got so excited it just fucking died for a second there.
All the employees left to go check out the sale.
Yeah. All the employees that are running the site left the site to go check the sale, so it fucked it. What? Look at this. What?
Yeah, why would you do it that way? Would you go refresh this Twitch page just so I can see what the hell's going on?
Refreshed. Oh, it says 4 viewers now.
Okay, sick. We appear to be functioning. I'm taking my phone off the Wi-Fi.
Oh, yeah, that's probably... That might be doing something with mine, too.
I love it, too, because my dad's always like, you have good Wi-Fi, don't you? I'm like, no.
No. No, we do not. If he's ever watching the stream, he'll find that out real fast.
Like, just hang out on the stream for 10 minutes and see how bad it is. Well, no,
Yeah.
he'll end up hanging out for the 10 minutes where nothing happens, I guarantee it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Every time. Well, they've almost gotten all the way up there, huh?
Yeah. They're getting there. They're getting there.
Yeah, I think our
I'm gonna go ahead and...
plank production is finally... No, I think we need
We're
that.
gonna need that. We're gonna... Yeah.
Yeah, because we need even one further.
Oh, we're gonna need more than that.
No.
We gotta get down to this one
Why?
to get rid of all the trees.
Oh, yeah, okay. And to plant the explosives.
Yeah. If we end up planting all the way to the edge here, then we'll need to get down over to here. But
Yeah, we only need to get down to
right
that
now,
layer right now.
Right now, this is all we need to get to.
Yeah, because we should be able to just tunnel underneath with the tunnels. The aptly named tunnels.
Yeah. We're gonna need to get back up on this one or down from this one.
Yeah, let's just get down from that one. That'll probably be easier. And then...
Okay.
So there's that. We still need to get to this level here. Yeah. Okay, that's all.
Almost enough.
Yeah, I was gonna just have
So-
you put in another staircase, but that should be fine.
Yeah, and then we'll just
Try
go
pathing
ahead.
a little farther. I'm always curious if pathing a little farther will do something, you know?
I can't
Hey, maybe
path
it did.
further.
Click on it. See if it did anything.
Nope.
Yeah. Sometimes it feels like it will. That's okay, we'll just put another one somewhere.
We'll just put it right here.
Yeah, that works. That should be able to get... Yeah, better. That misses literally one.
Damn it.
And now we have the same problem. It's fine. The one can... The one that's... It's fine. It's fine.
We'll just go ahead. We'll just go ahead and...
Oh, it's a seedling anyway. You can just... That doesn't need to be taken down.
Yeah,
you can put things
I
over
see
it.
that.
No, you don't even have to do that.
Okay, fine. Fine.
No, like, you could, like... Do me a favor. Get the path tool out. Go put a path on it.
What if I wanted them to get the one singular half a log that they'd be able to get from it?
They wouldn't. They can't get one singular
know.
half a log from it. It would just be destroyed anyway, so there's
I
no
know.
reason. Okay, let's set up the explosives going down now, because they've already gotten it out of the way.
You mean these explosives?
Yeah, coming toward us. Like, along the edge.
Oh, yeah, okay. Landscaping. 3. Boop. Boop. Boopity boop.
Yeah, they can still use the path under the explosives. That's fine.
Yeah.
I love that they won't use paths under
really...
other things, but
okay,
under an
do we wanna use
explosive, they're
this?
like, yeah, whatever, we'll just step around it.
Do we want to do we want to... Okay.
What?
No, this is not the right spot. Because if we... So we have one more of these guys going in right here, which we
Yes.
actually need to make it to where he can get up there. So let me go ahead and do that real quick, because...
Yeah. Okay. But, talk through real quick.
But we need to get to where he can... Like, we need to... Like, and then with the plan that we just laid out, the grav bat's not going to be... It's going to be here. Facing this way, the way that this is facing, so we need to blow up this side.
Well, yeah, but I was thinking it might be easiest if we just put a row of explosives in on that side, because we're not doing, like, a whole thing on that side, we're just putting in a couple of them.
Well, okay, so what I'm thinking... So, okay. We need to put in some if we put in other rows, but right now... if we put in just one more row, then we honestly just need one here and all down this way. But then we would need to skip one for the grav bats that go here.
You know what?
Skip one for the grav bats that go here, and then here. And here, skip the next two. Which, actually, this one won't even...
Okay, so the grav bats are going to be on this line, like,
Yes.
next to the explosives, not on where the explosives are. So the explosives, we can still just blow out this whole chunk like the plan always was.
But then we have to build up more for the grav bats that are going to go in here, which was one of your complaints about the way that I was going to do it with the whole blowing it all out.
One more grav bat is going where these two trees are, facing the same
Yes.
direction that the rest of them are.
Yes.
So the rest of the grav bats are going to be to the left of the line of explosives facing away.
Part of the plan that I had was putting grav bats here and here as well, remember?
Mm-hmm.
So grav bat here, grav bat there, facing this way.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that we should get, like, we're
So
still blowing...
Why would we blow up underneath where the grav bat's going to be?
Because
when
if we
that
don't
makes
blow
us-
up where underneath where the grav bat's going to be, the tunnel explosives won't blow anything up.
We already decided not to do the tunnel explosives. We already got rid of the tunnel explosives because we wanted the dirt. Because we wanted to be able to do this without using quite as much resources.
Yeah, except I think it's going to use more resources if we don't use the tunnel explosives. And it's going to take a hell of a lot more time.
It'll use more... It'll use more explosives, but it would use less planks. So
Yeah,
I guess
which
the question
explosives
is-
have historically been the issue. Like, yes, we have a lot of explosives right now, but that doesn't mean we're going to have a lot of explosives by the time we're halfway through this.
Okay, so you want to go all the way down with it.
Yeah, let's just blow the whole chunk out. It'll be easier.
Okay. That was part of the argument for a while there, so, like, at the beginning was whether or not we were going to blow the whole chunk out or not. So... Alright, so now he can get almost everything we need him to get. He can get most of the other chunk, and he'll be able to get more of it soon. Cool. Ooh, yay. I can get rid of you to replace you with that.
I think I'd just go down the line and delete them all and then put in...
That one's not done
Yeah,
yet.
no, that's fine. Just keep going.
though it wasn't done yet, it's done.
Mm-hmm.
And now we can go ahead and put the windmills on them.
Yep.
Okay.
Voila. So part of what I was thinking, which I was trying to get to, but you were...
Sorry, Bean just said Scream is working for me now.
Oh, good. It's consistently broken.
Right.
So would you please go back to looking at that stuff? What I was thinking is, so instead of having, the gravity batteries, like, having the tower of fucking vertical power shafts right there,
Instead of having it right here.
I was thinking it might be best to have it right here.
It might even...
Because it'll be easier to get it off the side there.
It might even...
Which I want to just...
be better to put it here, because we're not, like, put it where this is. Because in doing what we were...
Perfect, yeah.
Yeah.
So what?
Yeah.
What were you saying?
What were you just doing?
I was counting out where all we could put the batteries.
Yeah.
Sideways, which this space at the bottom is perfectly left open if we do it the way that I just suggested.
The 1, 2 with this comes to right here.
No, please rotate.
1, 2.
No, here, starting here.
Okay.
So
1,
instead
2.
of, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, bridge path, or stair path, and then we have one space open at the end there. So that way we've got this entire outer row connected, and the power stuff is closer to this side, so we're not trying to wire it all the way up here and to the right.
My problem is if we do... Pause just so that they don't actually try and build these yet.
Yeah.
That, and then we have 2 more that's there, then we have 1 more that's going to be in this line right here. Right?
What?
There's nothing in this row. There will not be anything in this row.
Yeah. Which
like,
is...
period.
That's fine. There doesn't have to be.
Well... Okay. The vertical power shafts can be used to support, I think. No, that's not gonna work. Never mind. Unless... I just had an idea, actually.
Okay.
So, when we get up to the top, right, which we'll go ahead and... We can actually build this one now, so let's go ahead and build this one real quick, because that'll help me illustrate what I'm going
You don't
for.
need... You're doing too many.
You're right, I am.
If you just deleted the bottom one, it would have deleted both of them.
So, like, here, right,
Mm-hmm.
instead of, even, like, including with your idea, instead of doing, this same method that we just used to get up to this one, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've got another one that we're going to be putting here.
Yes.
Instead of doing this with the platforms, we can do it here at this end spot instead of building up another platform here, right? But, and just, it's pause so I can show you what I mean, have this, I'm going to delete all of this, and then, never mind. My idea's dumb. I thought it would work, it wouldn't.
Okay.
I may have just had another idea that might work.
I'm really confused right now. Because
okay.
you're not, like, fully explaining your ideas. You're just kind of going, well, what if we just put these here? No. Okay, so, like, I have no
the
idea
no
what's
is
happening.
because I'm realizing that it's not gonna work.
Well, no, it's just you're also, like, not really explaining it in the first place. Just tell me what your idea is.
So, okay. To really effectively illustrate it, right? We have a bunch of these going up in a tower,
Yes.
right? We could have that be one of the support blocks for the grav bat, right? The other support block comes from this, right? By doing a 3, then this ends up being just 2 towers for 2 grav bats again, right? But one of the towers is the vertical power shaft, so it doesn't even need to be next to, it can be under. See how they both blew to connect?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes. I feel like you are advocating against having a gravity battery butted right up against the row right here.
No. What I was trying to figure out was how to put in a tower of the vertical power shafts right here in a way that would work.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
And I think I just figured it out.
Yeah. So let's
Which we are also going to need to demolish that spot down to level with this at least.
Yeah, which is fine. We can do that.
Yeah. Which we'll need.
Don't start placing explosives on it yet. We need them to be able to reach everywhere.
No, yeah, I wasn't gonna. I'm going to do. Do we want to? If we just do. If we just do this, then we don't need to. And then that with another one there, and then now we know exactly where to go down to with that whenever we get there.
Yep. So why don't we start building what we were just talking about? They're not deleting those farther trees. There's no reason for them to get them.
So we can actually get rid of him now.
Yep. So, on that note, why don't we start building the platforms and everything for the other gravity batteries that are going to be facing left from the direction that we're looking?
This way?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Which that'll just be, I think, 4 3s, yeah. Nope. Wire, what?
Are we just gonna build from this corner, or are we?
Okay, so we want the tower to be right there, right? So we need it to be facing the other direction so that we can put the... Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I got there, yeah. And then... that one would be a 2...
And then this is the one that'll have the 3.
Yeah, this is the one that'll have the 3, yeah.
So, we don't need to do any further, so that's a 1, 2 2s.
And then...
that facing this way.
1, 2... and a 3. And then path only to this spot there. And then we can't build it up yet until we can get rid of this path, which we can't get rid of this path until they're done with putting in the explosives.
So I'm thinking we should start the staircase now.
Yes.
Which let's try to get them in at probably the corner, I'm thinking.
We can start it literally right here.
Yeah.
Because we already have a stair going up right there. Which, do we want to do the 2 stairs, or do we want to do 1 stair?
Let's just do 1 stair, that way if anybody gets off at a level, they're not stuck.
Yeah. That's kind of what I was thinking too. Which, putting it here, they shouldn't get off at any level, really.
Hopefully.
The way we put this. The way we've done this, they shouldn't get off at any level, I don't think.
You need 2s, not 1s.
You are correct.
And the 2s need to go over that staircase as well. Might as well just put in both staircases. Sorry, I'm trying to get you to do things more efficiently because you spend a lot of time touching the keyboard and they're like going through menus and shit when you don't really need to be.
Yeah.
Because you don't really seem to think too hard about efficiency, you know? You missed stair. You didn't path it.
I know. I was trying to be more efficient, like you were just complaining about.
It's not efficient if you can't see where you're putting the paths. Okay. It might actually be a little better to not do exactly what you've just done.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, delete that one and then, yeah. There we go.
Alrighty.
Looks like they might have already started on some of it. Yep.
Yeah, they have.
Oh, that'll be even better once I can get to the top of it. Let's
Even
finish
that-
out the
yeah.
explosives.
Exactly what I was just thinking. And
We got about 7 minutes.
and he's out of shit to do, so I'm gonna go ahead and delete it and up the priority of that. We'll keep that because we are gonna need that. Can they reach that? They can reach that.
Alright, so we know it's 8 in.
Are we going back down to put in the...
I think we should, yeah.
Okay.
So we only need to go 7 in.
Oops, if I actually grabbed the right one.
Alright, and then go check, I figure. Just to make sure.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Cool. Yeah, I mostly just wanted to make sure it was all in one big rectangle, because if it wasn't, then I was going to be a little worried.
Yeah. And then whenever they've got this row completely all the way down, right?
Mm-hmm.
At that point, I figure we'll put the stairs down to where they need to be for these over here.
I think that we should probably actually put the stairs underneath the platforms over there already, just because then they'll be able to reach the explosives easier. Okay, sorry,
What do you mean?
Instead of having these staircases here, we should move them up here, because then they can reach the edge of the explosives.
Okay. I was talking about for when we get to the point where we're doing these.
Yeah, okay, well, I'll worry about that when we get there. Let's move the path. Yeah, it was was gonna say probably just put those all in ahead of time. Sick. Just tell them to destroy it.
That is a little sad. But, oh well.
And then we should probably destroy the staircases one by one. Or, actually, we could just destroy them all and then wait for them to build those staircases and pick up the resources.
Will they be able to... Yeah, they won't be able to reach this one. They'd be able to reach... well, no, they can reach it from above.
Yeah. So they can reach all of them.
And then we'll just delete this one last.
Which one?
This thing.
Yeah. Yes.
Before they fucking come back. Which, in doing what we have just done, right, we can get rid of... Why did I do that?
No, yep, no, we do need that.
I thought I was being good.
We don't need this one, though.
That is true. Thought I was being good. Turns out I'm just being stupid. Because we still need the fucking path there. Damn it. Because I doubt, yeah, it can't be reached. So they still need to... Damn it. I'm stupid, it's fine.
No, they're making good progress.
Yeah. It helps that they don't really have very many other projects, which... How fast they've gotten these done and everything,
Oh, we could go ahead and put the wiring, like the rest of the wiring in for the windmills. Now it seems like...
Okay. I was checking... Oh, it's too far from a path. That's why. Okay, cool. We'll leave it that way for now.
Layer 2.
Layer 2! I love Layer 2. I love you, music, for helping us find this. Like, genuinely, I love you for this. It's amazing. Makes my life so much better. And we'll never even fucking see them. Yeah. Music, thank you.
All of our gear workshops are done now.
Oh, thank God. Cool. We can actually go up here and delete the ones that are up here. Which will take away from the load that's up here. Which is probably a good thing.
We might want to put in more because we've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that I can see right now. You know?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's it.
Plus, they're also, if you want to do anything with those, we should pause them for now to make sure that it's not going to affect the wiring. But we've only got 6 down here, so we need another row of them.
Yeah.
Before you do that, you know.
Which I did try to suggest that in the first place.
Well, initially I wasn't thinking we were going to be moving things down here. I thought we were just going to be adding extra.
And then we'll wait for these to get put in before we pause those up there, I think.
Because, yeah, they're doing on the inside there.
Progress has been made.
Did we do the next layer up either? Oh, we did. Yeah. They're getting there.
That's why I said progress has been made. Because I stopped a layer up.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, baby.
Kind of just getting them done in order, it seems like.
Yeah, you know what, that's fine. As long as you get them done. You know.
Yeah. We have a
Oop.
lower amount of bot fuel than we usually do, which is extremely concerning. We need to go figure out why. Second from the top.
Yeah.
Okay, so we should go check on the things that are making biofuel.
Refinery.
Spatter dock, 0 out of 10. So why don't we have any spatter dock all of a sudden? We do have spatter dock.
Why isn't it being brought?
Maybe we should put some spatter dock closer.
Oh. There's also the possibility that we're grilling too much of it. Yeah, because we had paused one of these for a while.
Will you look at the amount of spatter dock that we have? We have 4.3 thousand ungrilled spatter dock, which is the full amount that we can possibly have, and we have the full amount of grilled spatter dock that we can possibly have. The problem isn't the spatter dock. The problem is when they're receiving the spatter dock.
Okay.
Or possibly how fast they can get rid of the biofuel they already have, which means I need to look at the refineries. So they only have 100 out of 125. Let's look at another one. 39.
44.
Yeah, so it's definitely the speed at which they're receiving the spatter dock, which these two have spatter dock and the ones up there don't.
And this one also does not.
Yeah, which that one I don't know. But, so what I'm thinking is we probably don't have raw spatter dock storage close enough, which we could probably put 2 small warehouses of it right in that area right there, where I was just pointing.
Right here?
Yeah. So we could probably put 2 small warehouses there, which will help, and then we just find somewhere else to dot some more of them.
I also had another idea, which...
right to the up.
Yeah. Which we'll set to obtain.
Yep.
There, and obtain. I also had an idea of we could change one of these because that one has 1 gear and the other 2 have 0.
Yeah, okay. Still
also,
obtain.
Yeah, also obtain. But that should also help.
Yeah, and then let's see if we can... Is there an empty space, like, right there? Because that would be so perfect.
There's an empty space, yeah.
Sick. More spatter dock. And then are there any more refineries around? There are 2 up here.
This one is catalyst.
That's catalyst.
That one's biofuel.
That one is spatter dock biofuel. So do we have anywhere that we can plunk a...
It's right next to it.
Is that spatter dock? What is... Oh. Are you trying to place that right now? What's
yeah,
happening?
I'm saying, like, we could place it here.
Yeah, that works.
Like, you asked about where a spot would be, so I was trying to show you where a spot would be.
Yeah, you just said it's right next to it, so I thought you meant it was already there.
The refinery is right next to it.
Go ahead and raise the priority of that to the max priority. All of them. Because we want to make sure that this shit gets done, you know? And then go check on the thing that's already got spatter dock up here.
There's another refinery, which is another catalyst.
Yeah, so that's fine.
So what was it you just said again?
Go check on the thing. I want to see how much spatter dock is in the warehouse that we just changed to be spatter dock.
A lot already.
Yeah, which...
And these 2 are already done now. Which should be I think we should prioritize them by haulers. Just getting them to the areas closer.
Okay.
Like, I'm not saying each refinery, you know. Alright. Yeah, because they're already building these now, too. Like, these are already full. Shit.
And then click on one of the buildings to see if that's helping. Okay, so now we've just had a delivery of some spatter dock over there. 10 out of 10 immediately. Productivity should raise.
Oh, look, they need water, too.
Okay, yeah, so let's get some water
Let's get some
storage up
water.
Here. I think that can probably be a little bit more centralized, but we should try to get it as close as we can. Yeah, okay, that works.
I like how sometimes I just see good fucking spots.
Obtain.
You know.
So that'll get...
Oh, we could put another one even. Right here.
Yeah, alright.
Sorry, I saw it. Ooh. Nope. Won't work. Won't work there.
So let's raise the priority of those as well. At least one of them.
Anything else?
I want to keep checking on the productivity levels and everything else to make sure that things are starting up.
Well, they got water. Oh, that reminds me, we should also...
Yeah, I think the only other thing they're going to need is somewhere to put it to send it out. Which, unfortunately, this place is so fucking crammed.
Change one of these.
Those don't hold biofuel.
Yeah, they don't. I mean, this one is.
Oh, yeah, they've already got that, so...
Yeah, they've already got this. But it's not prioritized by haulers.
Well, also, we're... Yeah, okay, prioritize it.
Because we have, like,
we are actively losing biofuel right now, which is extremely concerning.
Yep, that's not good.
Which they are now actually distributing it looks like, maybe. Yeah, they're bringing it places. 2.1k, 2.2k, 2.1.
Yeah, oh, damn. Okay. It was, like, bouncing back up every time. And then it just fucking dropped and stayed dropped. But yeah, it's kind of balanced this thing right now.
Alright, now we've got water up here. Close by.
Yeah. Which now we've got stuff going on. That's better.
Productivity is up.
Productivity is up on this one as well. He just has to move further.
2.3 thousand. Alright. So, for the meantime, we've probably fixed it. It has been about 2 hours, so...
A little over.
Yeah, it's been...
A little over.
It's 8:07 where we are.
Oh my god, you're not supposed to tell them what time we are.
Oh my god, the entirety of the West Coast. Holy shit. I've given us away.
You've given us away!
We could only be in, like, the entirety of California, Nevada, Washington, Oregon, you know, all of those really densely populated states.
I know, I'm fucking idiot. Too far!
Where? Oh. Well, yeah, No, it shouldn't be. Well, path over to it, then. They can still go to the... Yeah. See? No, it shouldn't be. What? Oh, you did... Oh. You did...
Okay, listen, there was a tree there, remember?
Yeah, no, I know.
I forgot about the tree that was there.
Just double check to make sure that it's still... Yeah. You can go ahead and delete that platform.
This one's too far.
No, don't delete that platform yet. No, yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah, no, don't, yeah, don't.
I know what I'm doing, shut up.
Do the not.
He can't get to it from below, down here, so he's gotta get to it from up here, so he's gotta get to it, he's gotta get to the fucking platform, okay? See?
There goes that.
And now I can get rid of the platform.
Ta-da. Okay,
go get
it has been like 2
right.
hours, so we should...
Yeah.
Alright.
We'll go ahead and...
Yeah, this will be our outro
picture
spot
this! Because, like, look at this view. Look at this.
Yeah, it's getting cool here. Well,
yeah. Alright.
Thank you all for joining us. That'll about sum it up for this episode. We'll, is it Friday today, or what?
It
might be.
No,
okay.
I think it's Thursday.
No, it's Friday, so we won't see you tomorrow or the next day. But we will see you Monday.
Unless, of course, you watch our videos that we put up on the daily that aren't our, streaming videos. Then we'll see you in those.
In which case, we'll see you all of the days.
Yeah.
But for now.
But for now, we will see you on Monday. Bye-bye.
Bye.
No, whoops, wrong button. Yeah, I'm dumb. It's fine. Bye.
Bye.